Okay, so once again, welcome back everyone, and the today's class. So what we are discussing yesterday is about the techniques. Techniques for what? Techniques basically to analyze the current state of maybe business, maybe product, maybe process, and maybe organization. So हमने mainly कल तीन techniques हमने देखा. Benchmarking, business capability, and business model canvas. Now the next techniques are little easy. और when I was reading this thing, I was thinking यार लोग क्या है, मतलब ये टेक्निक होती है ये भी. That much means you will be surprising. हाँ ये तो मैं अतुल में तो कब से कर रहा हूँ ये काम तो. So the next technique comes as a concept modeling. Now if you think about the concept modeling, you will see कि किसी concept के बारे में बात हो रही है. But if I open these, you will be surprised to know that okay, तो ये वाले concept की बात हो रही है. Concept model basically इसका purpose इसका crunch क्या है? Let me give it to you. Now, being a business analyst और ये practical experience, I already have this. Okay. If we are working as a business analyst, definitely you have to speak with the multiple stakeholders. Sometime on the functional terms, sometime on the technical terms, sometime on the business terms. But the problem, where the problem arrive, that the word I'm using is not the right word in that particular context, in that particular sentence. Like if I say, if we speak generally, like भाई मुझे ना मेल भेज दे. Okay, now the mail can be anything. Mail can be a person. Mail can be physical. Mail can be electronic. Now Suraj says, अरे यार अतुल email भेज दो. Now he's specifying a word. He's using the correct word. कि boss, I'm specifically talking about the email only, nothing else. So this modeling, this technique says that boss, whenever you are building anything, when you're doing your kind of a current state analysis, make sure all the stakeholder use the correct word and the standard word in the discussion. तो मतलब कि ये जो this is the technique is basically good for the people who are having a good vocabulary here. ये पूरा वही खेल है. The concept model used to organize the business vocabulary needed to constantly and thoroughly communicate the knowledge of a domain. ये नहीं है कि मैंने कोई भी word use कर लिया किसी भी तरह से. Because being a business analyst, you have to be convey your thoughts to the customer, and customer to convey their thoughts to you, so that you can understand and he can understand, and then the solution can be built up. I give one example. I was in a discussion with one of client. Okay, वहाँ पे कुछ सीनियर्स लोग भी थे काफी, मतलब प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी के भी लोग भी थे. Okay, so I was saying that guys, if we want to implement this, we have to be use this type of service or this service. Maybe I can say a business service or application service or capability kind of things. That guy from the product based company stopped me immediately and scolded me in front of everyone. Atul, it is not a business service. It is a business application service. And he clearly said one thing. If you will use the wrong word as a consultant, as an analyst, then your customer will also use the wrong word. And one wrong word will create a problem in the requirement. Because business application service and application service both are the two different terms. Both are the two different way of working. So be careful when you're using the terms, when you're talking to customers. So in this particular modeling concept, they says that boss, let's have a standard words to be used. Okay. Concept model identify the correct choice of terms in use in communication, including the business analysis information. जो हम we use the word glossary, right? What's that means? This means that at the end of the book, at the end of the document, I am saying that this word means this thing. When I say I'm using the word user in my discussion, user stands for any end user who is not a part of my company. I am clarifying, guys, this is the meaning of the user here. Okay, there's a lot of things happen. Recently, I was in discussion, so I said in my one of my workshop that we are going to be work on the third party vendors now. People say let's not use the word third party because third party can be anything. We as a business person, we are using the word as a supplier. We standardize this word that going forward, if we have any discussion on this topic, it will be used as a supplier, not a third party. सिर्फ इतना सा ही क्रंच है इसका और कुछ नहीं है, ठीक है. सो कंसेप्ट मॉडल कैन बी इफेक्टिव वेयर द एंटरप्राइज सीक टू ऑर्गेनाइज, रिटेन, बिल्ड ऑन, मैनेज ऑन, कम्युनिकेट एंड कोड नॉलेज. जब आपको लोगों के साथ, डोमेन एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ एक पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक्स पर डिस्कशन करना, देन यू यूज अ पर्टिकुलर वर्ड्स ओनली. like take example of the Brexit. Now if anybody want to talk कि भाई आप अपना डेटा वहां नहीं लेके आ सकते, either you use the word European countries or either you use the word Brexit, and people know that Brexit means that this country is not the part of the European regions now. This country is not following the rules of the European countries now. Okay, so this is the meaning of the Brexit. It means you are standardizing that word. Standardizing that word. Now COVID deltas are coming, but across the world they're using the same word to identify. The initiative needs to be captured large number of businesses. The reason is that why this is being required, why, what is the purpose of this? Because when you're building your documentation, when you're building your knowledge, when you're building your processes, these words help you to identify and make a clear and the standard business rules. This is the resistance from the stakeholder about the perceived technical issues of the data model, class diagrams of the data, or the data element nomenclature. Sorry. Okay. So it means kind of things that when you're talking to your customer specifically on the data part, on the process modeling part, on the process documentation part, these words are be very helpful for us. So in this area, what are the elements they're using? Boss either use the noun, either use the verb, either use the other connections. Noun means the basic concept is a concept model of noun concept domain, which simply say givens the space. I don't think that we need to be discussed much in this area because in short, we are using these terms. Now they're defining that boss either use the nouns concept or use the verbs concept. Okay. Verb concepts provide basic structural connection between two nouns. The verb concepts can be standard wording so that reference can be unambiguous. Simple, right? So in short, whenever you are working on any kind of a requirement, not here, I can say that in any area, requirement gathering, process documentation, workshops, training, use the standard words so that everybody should be able to understand that what this particular word indicating, why I'm using these words again and again and again and again. Benefits, yes, स्टैंडर्ड हो जाता है, easy to write, knowledge अच्छी हो जाती है, vocabulary बढ़ जाती है. Then limitation may set expectation too high about the how much integration based on the business semantics achieved by these words specifically. Knowledge and the rule focus may be foreign to the stakeholders. अपने इंडिया में तो चल जाता है, हम कुछ बोलते समझ जाते हैं लोग, but maybe in foreign it's little tough because they are the particular to the words only. So in short, crunch is that if you're analyzing your current state, you should make sure that you are using the correct and the standard terminologies, standard words, so that everybody, every stakeholder, every person who is in this that project or the requirement gathering can understand that what is the meaning of this particular word we are talking here. Okay, I was laughing actually yesterday when I was reading this. Hey, come on, kya technique hai? Because I know I'm using this part. I'm using the glossary in for a long time now. But still, they say no, it's required. Now the next one says the data modeling. Important point. Now, if you see that in the market, there's a term going on very high side, data analyst. एक होता है सिस्टम एनालिस्ट, एक होता है डेटा एनालिस्ट, एक होता है बिजनेस एनालिस्ट. तीनों का अलग अलग काम है, तीनों का अलग अलग रोल है. So data mining means that it is used to see the performance. It is used to take a decision on the basis of the data available. How it's work? Data mining is used to improve the decision making by finding useful patterns and the insights from the data. Let's take an example. Hitesh, in the last 1 year, Hitesh went to the marriages, approximately 5 or 10 marriages, 5 to 7 marriages he attended. Let's say 7, not 5 to 7, let's say 7 marriages he attended. He traveled across the India, Bombay, Calcutta, Delhi, Himachal, Amritsar, Assam, Sikkim, all these areas he go. Now he is invited for a destination wedding in the London. He's happy. Yes, I'm traveling to London. Now, if he want to make some decision, he will gather some information from this all the places where he visited. यार उसकी शादी में गए थे, उसने तो ना वहाँ एक होटल लिया था, वहाँ रखा था. होटल में I did not find anything like a toothbrush or the paste or I can say shampoo and soap, etc. But when I went to the Amritsar, that hotel guy provided me the chappal as well. He provided some snacks as well. Now, on the basis of this data, you are defining, you're taking a decision now. You're making a decision that what should I pack in my bag, what should I not pack in my bag? Because you're traveling outside country now. Maybe you will not find the food which you're liking. Shall I pack that some ready to eat food? Maybe some poha, some Maggi, some chips kind of thing. So that in emergency that work for me. So that is called the data mining. डेटा निकालो और उसके ऊपर डिसीजन लो. कंपनीज ऐसे ही करती हैं डेटा माइनिंग के लिए. ठीक है. Description: data mining is an analytics process that examine large amount of data from the different perspective and summarize the data in such a way that useful patterns and relationships are discovered. I was reading one news yesterday. It was so surprising. As per the World Bank, the recession is coming, and it will be like 1970s there was recession came. It is going to be in that manner. They're saying that global economy is not in the good form now. And nowadays countries are working to take a hit of this and making sure that their people should be in a good way, in a good position. How they identify that part? By the data mining only. Data play a very vital role. I'm telling you, from the process perspective, if I want to be improve incident management or the change management or the problem management, maybe if I talk from the from banking perspective, loans मुझे improve करने हैं, credit cards का काम improve करना है, the data play a vital role. As a business analyst, what I do, if someone says Atul, you have to be improve the incident management, I said okay boss, let me see. ऐसा नहीं है मैं I'll just take their documents and start reading it and say no ये तो इंग्लिश में ये गैप, इंग्लिश में ये गैप है. नहीं, I'll work on their data first. Guys, give me the last 1 year data. I try to categorize the data in the different sections. अच्छा, priority wise कैसा है, state wise कैसा है, category wise कैसा है, resolution category wise कैसा है, notes wise कैसा है. I'll read that part and then identify the gaps in that area. So data mining is that much, and that's basically on the mathematically models and the equations. अच्छा काम है, लेकिन if you speak to me as a functional BA, it is not 100% for me. I do this thing, but up to some extent, not the 100%. Not I don't use any mathematical equations or the models. But in our research area, this is the one of the major thing we do. We find out how the new theory has been built up on the basis of the data, on the basis of the research. So what this says here, that data mining can be three types: descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive. Descriptive means such as clustering, making it easier to see the patterns in a set of data, such as similarity between the customers. मतलब जिसको देख के you can see कि बस हाँ कुछ तो decision, कोई descriptive, कोई मतलब कि description I can formulate from here. If I give you the two data sets, by seeing the data sets you can see yes अतुल ये दोनों में similarity है. Like if I put Hitesh का personal data and Suraj का personal data, by seeing okay name age is one of the parameter which I can say, your gender is one of the parameter I can say, your experience is one of the parameter I can say, your working style is one of the parameter I can say. So descriptive means by easily you can see the pattern and you can see there is some similarity between these things. Diagnostics, doctors diagnostics करते हैं. They see your history, they do some test and they diagnose that, oh my god you have these things. And predictive, कल मुझे जब मैंने पढ़ा था मुझे समझ में आया, like World Bank says that recession is on the way, by the end of this year it will be spread completely. So that is a predictive one. By seeing the previous patterns you're able to identify something in the future. That's called the predictive data minings. नए टेक्नोलॉजीज ऐसे ही आते हैं predictive से, you're predicting that, right? Like let's say example of some movies. People know कि Amir Khan will give only 1 or 2 movies in a year. On the basis of the previous movies, coming movie will be definitely hit. You're predicting that. Maybe your prediction is 100% correct. Maybe your prediction is 100% wrong. Like World Cup, India play very good in all the matches. T20, Junior World Cup and all these Plan series and all the things. So people start predicting, no, इस बार का World Cup India लेके आएगा. But not sure that it will be done or not. Okay, so these three kind of data mining techniques or data mining ways we have. Now, what are the components? What are the elements of these things? The first one says the requirement allocation. The goal and the scope of data mining is to establish either in terms of decision requirements for an important identified business decision or in terms of the functional area where the relevant data will be mined on this part. मतलब अब देखो requirement gathering जब होता है हमारा, okay, requirement allocations when we have this thing. So what we do, either we take a decision, I need this thing or not, or in terms of the functional area where we identify that shall we implement this requirement in this area or not. Means by I'm building a solution. Okay, my customer says, Atul, I want that my end user is also able to see this data. Then I will ask, okay, tell me, in your current process, how your guys or how your end user is able to see the data. Are you showing the data to them or not? They said, yes, we're showing the data. Are you showing the complete data to them? No, we're not showing the complete data. Okay, tell me how much data you show. We just show 5 to 10% data only. It means you're doing some kind of a data mining to do or to get results on the फंक्शनल एरिया। और इसके लिए फॉर्मल डेटा मॉडलिंग टेक्निक्स होती हैं जो हम आगे डिस्कस करेंगे, डिसीजन मॉडलिंग टेक्निक्स। ठीक है, बेसिकली वही है, ट्री हो गया और ये सब चीजें हो गई। ठीक है, तो वो चीजें यहाँ पर मैटर करती हैं। ठीक, डेटा माइनिंग एक्सरसाइज आर प्रोडक्टिव व्हेन मैनेज्ड एज एन अजाइल एनवायरनमेंट। यस, हम प्रीवियस डेटा को, हम प्रीवियस आउटपुट्स को, हम प्रीवियस रिक्वायरमेंट्स को देख के नई रिक्वायरमेंट्स के ऊपर काम करना शुरू करते हैं। सो यहां से आपको एक सेट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है और फिर आप उसका डेटा सेट बनाते हो। डेटा सेट मीन्स collection of a data on which you want to be, or the which you want to be analyzed. So data mining tool works on the entries data sets. This is the generally found by the merging records from multiple tables and source into single wide data set. अब देखो, like I take example that Hitesh want to travel to the outside India now for a marriage. Okay, now he get the data from the previous marriage experiences in the last 1 year, and he divided the data in a different data sets. सबसे पहले the criteria he put or the data set he prepared for the staying, कि मैं पिछले 8 शादियों में कहाँ रहा हूँ, घर पे रहा हूँ, एयरबीएनबी में रहा हूँ, होटल्स में रहा हूँ, फ्लैट्स में रहा हूँ, रेंट पे रहा हूँ, अरेंजमेंट्स थे कैसे थे. और the second data set he prepared on the accommodation look and feel. Third data set he prepared on the food availability. Fourth data set he prepared on the seasons, किस सीजन में वहां गया, कितने सीजन्स, किस सीजन में कितनी बार मैं वहां गया. So that now he is preparing some data sets, different data sets he is preparing, so that he can take a decision. That is, it is saying that it is a merging record from multiple tables. ऐसा नहीं कि उसने एक शादी अटेंड की उसके बेस पर डिसीजन ले लिया, नहीं. He attended 5-10 marriages. Maybe in the last 1 year, he went outside India approximately 4 times. Either business trip, either family trip, multiple things are there. Now those also become the data set for Hitesh. So in this second part, we are preparing the data here, that what you want to be analyzed. There's a term in knowledge management we use. सबसे पहले हमारे पास डेटा होता है. Let me show you that how what I'm saying here. Data, information, wisdom, knowledge. देखो ये होता है. सबसे पहले we have just a data. इसको कहते हैं DIKW pyramid. We have a data. From the data we find the information. From the information we find the actual knowledge. And on the basis of the knowledge we get a wisdom. So यहाँ पर भी वही काम हो रहा है. First of all, I'm just seeing कि बॉस मेरा डेटा क्या है ये. Then I'm preparing the data set. Once I have a data set, then I go for the data analysis. I'll pick up one data set and we'll start my analysis on that part. I'll put multiple parameters to analyze that part. ठीक है ना? तो basically when you want to be improve the processes, then this data mining is very important. पिछले 1 साल का डेटा लो, एनालाइज करो, देन टेक अ डिसीजन कि बॉस आपके इसमें ये चीजें गड़बड़ है. We have to improve these parameters. And then it says there are some few modeling techniques are there. These are almost some mathematical techniques like classification and regression trees. I have no idea about this. C5 decision trees, linear and logistic regressions, neural networks. So these things go if I'm working on any of the new product launch, then I have to take a help from any statisticians as well. Then you have to make a decision, because I'm a functional BA. I have a domain knowledge, but I don't have any data knowledge. I cannot analyze the data which can be done by a proper or the certified statisticians in the system. Like in our research journey, okay, when we get the survey results, अब 500 700 1000 लोगों का डेटा मेरे पास है, I cannot read each and every record and make a decision. Then we prepare the different data sets. We have a different tools available in the market. Then you put those data in that tool, and then we reach out to any of the expert guy here. Guy, can you help me to do my data analysis part? These are the professional guys available in the market who do the things for you. Okay. So now if this has been done, let me at the last, when you make a decision from the data analysis, you deploy that part to see that what I am achieving via this data mining techniques now. That is called the deployment here. Usage is good. You deal in numbers which are accurate almost, can give the insights about the things. Limitation, because it requires, because it requires some mathematical calculation, some equations which is not easy for everyone to understand. Some softwares used for these things to analyze the data, which can be hampered in between. Maybe if you're doing the manual data analysis, it depends on the thought of the person as well, that from which background he's coming, and he can put the things like that one. Like if I show some process to Suraj and the same process I show to Hitesh, maybe I will get the two different results, because Suraj is already in the process consulting domain, but Hitesh is in the sales domain. तो उन दोनों का थॉट प्रोसेस अलग अलग हो जाएगा, उन दोनों का थिंकिंग, दोनों का रिजल्ट्स विल बी, माइनिंग विल बी डिफरेंट, रिजल्ट्स विल बी डिफरेंट, जबकि डेटा सेट एक ही रहेगा मेरा. ठीक है, क्लियर टिल दिस पॉइंट गाइस? एनी डाउट?
all okay, Atul.
Good. Now let's come to the another technique. So data modeling हो गया हमारा. I'm skipping the other one because we already discussed that part. Good. Now we are on the lesson learned. I don't think that we need to be discuss this in depth, but it is also one of the technique to analyze the current state. Name indicate कि भाई कुछ गलती हुई है, उसको सुधारना है. Then you have to be learn from the previous mistakes. लास्ट टाइम जब मैं गया था यार घूमने, पता मैं अपने साथ कुछ लेके नहीं गया खाने वाने का. And being a vegetarian, it's very problematic for me. So I am suggesting, if you are traveling outside country, make sure you have some handy snacks with you. क्योंकि पानी वानी तो कहीं भी मिल जाएगा. Take Maggi boxes, take poha boxes, take ready to cook dal or rice or chapati kind of thing. Not chapati as well, dal or rice भी चलेगा अभी. These are the lesson learned. Have a 2 or 3 bottles of water with you. अगर possible है, have a small bottle of the milk with you. क्योंकि होटल्स में जो मिल्क मिलता है वो अच्छा नहीं मिलता. यहाँ पे skimmed milk मिलता है, which we guys don't like, but now I'm in the habit. ठीक है? So these are the lesson learned. Enable the assessment of the failure and opportunities for the improvement of the past initiatives. Project implementation में last phase यही होता है. Guys, tell me what we learn. So what it says, the purpose of lesson learned is a process to compile, document success, opportunity, improvements, failure, recommendations. इन सबको कैप्चर करने के लिए मुझे लेसन लर्न करते हैं. रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव जो रहते हैं, मतलब कि वो कहता है ना, अपनी गलती, इंसान अपनी गलतियों से सीखता है. कुछ लोग लिख लेते हैं फिर सीखते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं लिखते लेकिन फिर भी सीखते हैं. So that is that technique only. It is always be retrospective, but you can learn from the others mistakes as well, जो हम नहीं करते. So nothing much to be depth in this area, but only thing is that which we already know that okay lesson learned होते हैं. Any success ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ lesson learned में आप failure लिख तो नहीं. Like first when I done my first batch of ServiceNow training into 2020 somewhere, I thought I done very brilliant job. But then I analyzed that batch I completed in the 14 days. That batch was only on the weekends, which is a failure for me. In the beginning, I have a 9 students, but at the end of the batch, I just have a 2 students. The prime reason I identify that there's a gap in the training of the every week. 5 days के बाद एक class होती थी, 6 दिन के बाद एक class होती थी. Weekends, everybody has a plan. I have a commitment because I'm a teacher. I need to be teach. But participants has no commitment. पैसा दे दिया ना कोई बात नहीं, हम आए ना उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. So that is a lesson learned I done. Then I improve this process. Let me have a daily class, guys. Saturday Sunday off. आपको आना है आओ, नहीं आना मत आओ. I don't care कि मेरे पास students कम है. But class will be on the every day. So that are the lesson learned which we have done. And these are helpful for your final solutioning, for your automations, for your impact analysis, positive negative variances, everything you can do it here. Merits, demerits, we know. Yes, it is a helpful for the future actions. Risk assessment में बहुत help होता है, reductions हो जाती हैं. But demerits क्या है? Sometimes it demotivate as well. क्या इतनी बार तो फेल हो गया, अभी भी कर रहे हैं. People start putting the fingers. Blame game शुरू हो जाता है. नहीं, पिछला प्रोजेक्ट तेरी वजह से फेल हुआ था. राइट? सो वो चीजें यहां पर हो जाती हैं. ठीक है जी. इजी है, इसलिए मेरे को आई डोंट वांट टू स्पेंड मच टाइम ऑन दैट पार्ट बिकॉज आई हैव अ फ्यू मोर टेक्निक्स टू बी डिस्कस. Now the next one is come the metrics and the KPIs. In simple words, if I say metric means something you want to measure. And KPI means a one parameter, one indicator in the performance cycle. There's a difference. There's a two different words. Maybe Suraj, you can relate this part. These are two different words. It's called KPI versus CFS. Cross means critical success
factor.
Yes.
Success factor.
Yeah. These two terms look similar, but similar नहीं. आगे इसके साथ एक शायद आप ऐड भी कर दोगे. SLA. These three terms are totally different terms. So don't be confused कि KPI ही मेरा CSF होता है, या CSF ही मेरा SLA होता है. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. So we will discuss only these two terms mainly. And this is one of the important question asked during the interview discussions. Specifically when I was appearing for the interview for the process consultant, this question was asked a number of times. What is critical success factor? What is KPI? How they both are differentiated. So what they say is CFS means cause for the success, where KPI means effect of the success. ऐसा क्या है जिससे आप सक्सेस हो रहे हो? ऐसा क्या हो रहा है, ये उस सक्सेस से आपके ऊपर क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? That is the KPI, key performance indicator. Now, if I open a balance sheet of a company and I can see, guys, they're earning, they increase the revenue by 10%. That is success. But how success is happening? They increase the marketing budget by 20%. That is a critical success factor है मेरा. If marketing go down, my revenue will be go down. ठीक है, let's come back here. Metric and the KPIs indicator measure the performance of a solution component, and matters of interest of the stakeholders. The solution which you build, if you want to measure that, you use the KPIs. उसका जो components है, that is also one of the things which we need to be measure. Description, what it says, a metric is a quantifiable level. मतलब इसमें आप ये नहीं बोलते कि 2% या अच्छा चल रहा है, नहीं. It shows you the percentage, 2%, 5%, 10%. इसमें मतलब वो वर्ड्स पे खेल नहीं हो सकता आपका. अब let's take example of the grading system. Grading system says that a student whose score is 80% between 90% is a A. I got 80% and my friend got 89%. But हम दोनों सेम ही ग्रेडिंग में हैं. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. आपको पूछा किसी ने लाइक से, भाई तेरे क्या परसेंट ग्रेड आया है? मेरा तो जी सी ग्रेड है, या डी ग्रेड है, या बी ग्रेड है. अब शायद बी ग्रेड में वो लोअर साइड में, बिल्कुल लोअर साइड में टच पे हो. But in the market, he can say that, boss, I got the B grade. It means I'm on the leaderboard, the first position side. ठीक है. So quantifiable होना चाहिए आपका metric. ऐसा नहीं कि quantifiable नहीं होगा तो आप मेजर ही नहीं कर पाओगे. If I say, okay guys, tell me, ये ट्रेनिंग कैसा है? How are you feeling about this training? हाँ तो अच्छा है. But that अच्छा cannot give me a right justification. I cannot quantify that part. But if you say, Atul, yes, this training is very good, I am able to learn 90% from this training and able to support my team to get a new projects as well, then it is still quantifiable. If you are able to measure my performance in these parameters. So metric is a quantifiable level of indicator that organization use to measure the progress. ठीक है. Indicator identifies specific numerical measurement. See again, that represent degree of progress toward receiving a goal, objective, and the output. A KPI performance indicator is one of the major progress towards a strategic goal. In short, in this technique, basically we will see the progress. You will see the improvements happening in our as per our current state, so that we can take a decision. Okay, in this, what are the parameters we involve? Number one, it is an indicator. Like in our vehicles, bike, car, aeroplane, train, we have an indicator that how much fuel has been left, on which speed you're driving now. Now it's become digital everything. But पहले क्या होता था, वो बजाज और वेस्पा के स्कूटर्स आते थे जो, उसमें लाल रंग का डॉट बनाता था. जैसे सुई नीचे गिरेगी आपको समझ आएगा कि भाई इट्स इंडिकेटिंग कि तेल खत्म हो रहा है. बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट, अरे मैंने कल ऑयल फिलिंग कराया था, ठीक है, आई ड्राइव एज वेल एंड टुडे इट्स शोइंग ऑन द रेड डॉट. व्हाट दिस मीन कि बिल्कुल खत्म हो गया तेल या थोड़ा सा पड़ा है. दिस वाज द प्रॉब्लम इन दैट एरिया. टू ओवरकम दैट पार्ट, company remove that stuff and bring the digital. बस 47% ऑल रह गया आपका. Now 47 give you a quantifiable part. Okay, so it says that indicator is one of the major element in this. Indicator displays the result of analyzing one or more specific measures. कि किस पैरामीटर पर, किस पॉइंट पर क्या चीज देखकर आप इंडिकेट कर रहे हो कि मुझे ये मेजर करना है. ठीक है. A good indicator has 6 characteristics. clear. Like if I say how many times my customer click on the button, the number is an indicator for me. More time if he open, like okay, I'll give an example. In our latest phone, in all the phones almost, there's a functionality we call the well-being, which says if you open that app, which says that in a single day, how many times you open your phone. Either you just unlock, it considers open. How much time you spend on different apps, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, websites, Gmail, email, anything. So that is an indicator for me. So by open that app, it is a clear that how many times you open your phone. It should be relevant. It should be in context. When I say the relevant means in context, according to BSECA model. Context is another part, right? It should be economical. ऐसा नहीं है कि इसको मेजर करने में आपने लाखों रुपए लगा दिए और रिजल्ट आया हजारों का. It should be educate. Provide a sufficient basis on the assess performance. Like if I open that particular well-being app, I can see how much time I spend into the LinkedIn or the Facebook. It is giving me educated information, quantifiable. परसेंटेज में बस पूरे दिन में 24 घंटे होते हैं, आपने 24 घंटे में से 75% आवर्स आपने फोन देखा है और उस 75% में आपका 60% आपका फेसबुक था. एंड एट लास्ट ट्रस्टवर्दी एंड क्रेडिबल. You can believe on this data. You can believe on this evidence and take a decision accordingly. So this is the first element called the indicator. Second is called the metric. Metric means measurement, point of measurement. Metrics are quantifiable level of indicator that are measured at a specific point at a time. मुझे last 1 week का data I wanted. I want to measure the last 1 week data. Now, in the beginning of this class, I asked you, okay, rate yourself in the BA domain. 0 to 5. 5 is the highest, 0 is the lowest. Maybe people like me says, Atul, maybe people like me say -1. But now if I tell you guys, okay, measure your performance in the BA area on the basis of this training, out of 0 to 5, you can still say, Atul, I'm on the 2.5 to 3 now. Because I'm measuring a specific point now. Maybe after 5 or 10 days when this batch will be over, then your score will be 2.5 to 3.5 or 4 somewhere. Okay, so metric is quantifiable level of indicator. कि मुझे क्या measure करना है in a specific time period में मैं कह सकता हूँ. A metric can be specific point, a threshold or a range. Until unless your score will be 3.5, I cannot allow you to be go out from this training. I'll give the training again. So that is a threshold I'm setting up. भाई दारू इतना पियो जितना आप कर सको. थ्रेशोल्ड है. every person has a threshold. कोई 5 पैक, कोई 2 पैक, कोई 7 पैक, कोई 8 पैक, कोई 1 पैक. There is a threshold. So that you can measure the performance. कि बॉस 2 तक तो मैं ड्राइव कर सकता हूँ, 2 के बाद अगर लेता हूँ तो मैं ड्राइविंग नहीं कर पाता फिर मैं. A range can be useful if indicators are new. Without range, you cannot estimate easily. Means you have to set some limits. That I'm doing analysis, I'm doing a KPI on this particular range. My range is between the age of the 15 to 18 years only. उसी रेंज के मेरे पास डेटा चाहिए और उसी का मैं एनालाइज करूंगा. Then the third element says the structure. Establishing a monitoring and evaluation system requires data collection. Means जो ऊपर आपने लिखी दो चीजें इंडिकेटर मैट्रिक्स उसको फॉर्मुलेट कैसे करोगे? यू नीड अ स्ट्रक्चर ऑन दैट प्लेस. Again, the data collection is one of the process which we discussed in the previous techniques. Same data collect करो, data sets बनाओ, analyze करो and उसको deploy करो. But in a structured manner. In a structured manner. When this COVID was happening, people were saying that who get positive. They say the people says that guys start measuring your temperature after every 7 hours. Set up a frequency. Collect the data. Collect the data of the 2 days. If your fever is increasing on the third day, go to the doctor. That is a data collection process. It is standardized then. कि बॉस हर 7 घंटे में आप अलार्म लगा दो, आपको हर 7 घंटे में मेजर करना ही करना है अपना टेम्परेचर. Either it's a day, either it's a night. You have to measure it so that you can your data should be ready so that the accurate decision can be made on the third day. That is called the structure here. The next one that is called the reporting. On the basis of your KPIs, on the basis of your data, on the basis of your indicators, you can create a report. Where we are be heading now, what we are be doing now, what is the progress we can make it, what is the target we need to be achieve it. Every year in the financial year, in the beginning of financial year, company says we want to be achieve X million or X billion of revenue now. How they predict? They use the data modeling, they use the KPIs, they use the indicators. कि इस साल में मैंने इतना किया, अगले साल में इसका डबल कर सकता हूँ easily. Right now, if you see that the news came in 2022. Yesterday I was reading news. I'm not sure it's a fake or it's what it was. Headlines were there. It was saying that 86% employee will resign in the next 6 months. I was so surprised. 86%. My goodness. Now the indicator can be different. The measurement techniques can be different. The data collection can be different. Okay. The benefits, definitely yes. It gives a clear picture, a quantifiable picture. But to gather this thing, to measure the KPI, a lot of background work is required, a lot of data is required. Again, यहाँ पर भी biasness हो जाती है कई बार, data manipulate हो जाता है कई बार. Okay, and also we did not consider that why this dip is there in that particular area. Dip है तो dip है, but you cannot justify कि भाई dip क्यों था, कोविड था, लोग नहीं थे, बिजनेस नहीं था, पैसा नहीं था, it's a business dip. नहीं, पैसा dip है, it's now it is be reportable and it be impacting my results as well. Clear boss यहाँ तक दोनों लोग?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Good. Let's take to the next one then. Mind mapping, awesome technique. This technique says that guys, if you're not understanding anything, go for the mind mapping. वो कहता ना कि एग्जाम में अगर आपको पास होना है ना, then you have to be make a diagrams in the exams. But अतुल ये बताओ 15 नंबर के क्वेश्चन में how we can write a lot of things. Use this technique, mind mapping. This is one of the technique which help you to achieve your results on a one pager. Mind mapping says that it is used to capture the different areas of a particular concept, of a particular word. You can capture the thoughts, you can capture the ideas, you can capture the information. It is a note taking. Boss, now tell me, if you are a CEO of a company and you have the meeting with your subordinates, your MDs and the other guys, and you know that you can just spend only half an hour. Would you like to go through some kind of a big presentations, big numbers to understand any concept? You will not go. You will follow the mind map here. And how it will look like? By showing the picture, the things will be clear now. This is the mind map. This says that what is your main topic, and this is one of the technique which we use in our research area as well. When I was in a company where I was be appointed as a process author and the implementation lead, so we need to be write the documentation as well. I know practically, I know that nobody is happy to read the documentations. Nobody is happy to maintain the documentation. Then my boss says, Atul, on the front page, I need something. By seeing that page, everybody in the operation guy, any fresher can understand that what you are talking about this document. I said, boss, एक काम करते हैं, पिक्चर बना देते हैं, उसमें लिख देंगे मोटा मोटा बोल्ड करके. He says, no, 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 ना ये नहीं चाहिए मुझे. Something different. कि if I give that printout to Hitesh or Suraj and they paste it on their desktop, और जब भी वो उस पर देखें उनको याद आ जाएगा, अच्छा ये तो ये वाला डॉक्यूमेंट क्यों, इस डॉक्यूमेंट में ये सब चीजें लिखी हुई है. He said, let's use the mind map here. How it will look like? Let me show you the picture. उसके बाद डिस्कशन में कुछ बचेगा ही नहीं अपने पास. This is called the mind map. अब बोलोगे अतुल क्या है ये, इतना कंफ्यूजिंग है. Let me show you something. Mind map ITIL. Now if I open this, you can see. हितेश आप कौन से डोमेन में, बैंकिंग में, फाइनेंस में? हितेश
मुझे बैंकिंग में करने की इच्छा है भी, बैंकिंग पेमेंट.
इन विच डोमेन यू आर एट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम?
ओ अभी तो मैं ईआरपी में हूँ.
ईआरपी. रुको, चलो रुको बस बहुत इतना हो गया मेरे लिए. सो दिस इज द ईआरपी वाला माइंड मैप. चलो इसको थोड़ा सा और अच्छा. नाउ माय फ्रेंड सूरज इज इन द आईटीएल डोमेन. सो अगर सूरज ऐसा कुछ बना के अपने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में पहले पेज पे डालेगा ना, दैट इज सो इंप्रेसिव. बिकॉज इफ आई ओपन द डॉक्यूमेंट एंड ओपन द फर्स्ट पेज, आई कैन सी व्हाट सूरज इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इन दिस कंप्लीट डॉक्यूमेंट. ऐसा नहीं इसमें आप लोअर लेवल पे ले जाओ, नहीं, इट्स अ ब्रॉडर लेवल, वेरी हाई लेवल पे रहता है ये. ठीक है. नाउ इफ आई कम हियर फॉर द ईआरपी साइड, ये देखो ये रहा ईआरपी. या मैं इसको थोड़ा सा और अच्छा करूं, ये देखो ये जैसे ये ईआरपी है, या फिर ये. हाँ, अब जैसे भाई मेरे जैसे लोग हैं, मैं या सूरज हैं, हम दोनों ईआरपी में नहीं है, हम आईटीएल में हैं. इफ आई से हितेश यार आई नीड समथिंग वेयर आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट ईआरपी डू एक्चुअली, सो दिस इज काइंड ऑफ अ माइंड मैप विल हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टैंड कि बस इसमें सॉर्ट होता है, इसमें स्टोर होता है, इसमें शाइन होता है, इसमें सस्टेन होता है, इसमें स्टैंडर्डाइज होता है. मोटा मोटा मुझे यहां से मिल जाता है. दिस इज कॉल्ड द माइंड मैप. When you need information on the quick manner, summarize format, then we use the mind map here. Like this. So like if I say here, blockchain. ये देखो. Now by seeing this, you can understand कि blockchain में क्या क्या होता है. If I open like this, by seeing this, you can understand. And what we are saying here, main topic, keywords, topic 1, topic 2, फिर keywords, subtopics and subtopics. This is called the mind map. इसमें और कुछ है नहीं डिस्कस करने के लिए मेरे पास. उसमें मेन टॉपिक होगा, सब टॉपिक्स होंगे, टॉपिक्स होंगे, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट branches, keywords, colors, it's up to you that how you want to be differentiate. इतना भी कलरफुल मत करो कि वो ड्राइंग लगने लग जाए, बजाय कि सम वन पेजर के. It is good, a quick picture summarize होता है, but it is bad. You cannot put a lot of things in the mind map, otherwise your page or your image will be become so clumsy. If I show you something like this, ये इसमें तो समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कुछ मुझे, इससे अच्छा है कि मैं तो अलग खुद बना लेता हूँ अलग, बट इफ आई पुट लाइक दिस, हाँ ये अच्छा क्लियर है, क्रिस्प है, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि बॉस आईटेल 2011 होता है, उसमें 5 लाइफ साइकिल्स हैं, ट्रांजिशन है, डिजाइन है, स्ट्रेटजी है, CSI है और ऑपरेशंस है। ऑपरेशंस में पर्पस होता है, ऑब्जेक्टिव, स्कोप, और ये 5 प्रोसेसेस होते हैं मेरे, फंक्शंस ये होते हैं मेरे। इट इज इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड, बट इफ आई पुट इन द इंसिडेंट मैनेजमेंट मोर डिटेल, इट बिकम क्लमजी फॉर मी, सो कंफ्यूजिंग। लाइक ये जो एग्जांपल हमने देखा है, ये वाला, ये उसी का ही रिजल्ट है। अप टू दिस लेवल आई थिंक इट्स गुड, या ऐसे भी आप बना सकते हो। We use this format actually. We prepare for incident, change, problem. We use this format. 5 headings यहाँ पे, 5 headings यहाँ पे, बस इससे ज़्यादा नहीं. Means I am putting my table of content in the format of this. So when I go for the audits, I told to the survey desk agents, guys, take a printout of the first page and put it near to desktop. तो जब भी आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आया, आप ये डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़ देख लो, आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा कि आपको क्या करना था। Like see, for the punctuation they have a mind map. Full stop क्या होता है, कोमा क्या होता है, कॉलन क्या होता है, एप्लिसिस क्या होता है, सेमीकोलन क्या होता है, अपोस्ट्रोफिस क्या होता है, हाइफन क्या होता है, क्वेश्चन मार्क क्या होता है। कैन यू इमेजिन पीपल आर डूइंग व्हाट्स? अतुल, मतलब सुन देख के हैरानी होती है, बट इट्स ऑल अबाउट द कंटेंट नाउ। इन्वर्टेड कॉमर्स क्या होते हैं, एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क क्या होता है, डैश क्या होता है। सी, correct? So by using this now if you want to teach someone about the English punctuations, you can use this mind map. बॉस ये 10 होते हैं, इसको याद कर ले बस। When I say apostrophe s, you have to be put the comma on the top like this. Semicolon you want to put like this. ठीक. So this is the another technique, but the thing is that Atul, why this is be required in the current state analysis? सिंपल सी बात है, आई एम एनालाइजिंग द कंसेप्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट सर्विस नाउ। अब मुझे उसके कंपोनेंट्स भी तो समझ में आएंगे, तभी मैं डिसीजन ले पाऊंगा। सो टू डू दैट पार्ट आई विल प्रिपेयर द माइंड मैप। या तो प्रेजेंटेशंस बना लो 15, 20, 25, 60 स्लाइड्स की, या फिर 1 पेजर विल वर्क फॉर यू। इट्स अप टू यू, कलरिंग करना है, इमेजेस डालने हैं, व्हाट कलर कॉम्बिनेशन मीन्स, व्हाट द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस कलर कॉम्बिनेशन, what's the meaning of the text, you can put it here, but it is not a paragraph writing place, it is just a bullet points place. ठीक है, फिर हो गया यहां तक?
यस सर, थोड़ा
इंटरेस्टिंग है, सोना नहीं है अभी, इंटरेस्टिंग है ये तो। ओके, लेट क्लोज इट हेयर ओनली। ओके, क्योंकि आगे वाले 2-3 हम कर सकते हैं। आर यू ओके टू स्टे फॉर 5-10 मिनट्स मोर?
क्या
सूरज क्या कहते हो?
हाँ ठीक है, चलेगा।
ओके, लेट्स डू वन मोर देन। हाँ, then it comes to the organizational modeling. It says कि मेरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का मॉडल कैसा है। if you have anything, you have experience after 5 or after 2 or 3 years, we heard in our company that guys or the boss, there is a org structure what I can say, restructuring of the organization going on, levels change हो रहे हैं, designations change हो रहे हैं, few new designation has been introduced. So in this particular concept, we are analyzing the organizational modeling कि organization में क्या change हो रहा है। It is a modeling used to be describe the role, responsibility and the reporting structure. भाई अगर कल मुझे if I want to be enter into the automation, definitely I need to be change some structure in my organization as well. Who will be heading from the country level, who will be heading from the from the global level, who is be heading from the department level, who is be heading from the resourcing level, who is be heading from the a POC level. It means I have to be define role responsibilities, and that is the concept we are coming here as the organizational modeling. The reason can be maybe I'm working in the domain of the organization change management, जहां पर अगर मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कोई मेजर चेंज होता है, I have to follow this technique. हो सकता है कि the way I am working as a BA, मैं किसी प्रोडक्ट को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ, वहां पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मॉडलिंग काम नहीं करेगा टेक्निक. बट आई एम वर्किंग इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर आई एम वर्किंग एज अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चेंज मैनेजमेंट लीड, और मेरे सीईओ ने या मेरे सीडी ने मुझे बोला तो गो अहेड एंड मेक सम न्यू चेंजेस इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नाउ, देन आई हैव टू बी फॉलो दिस पर्टिकुलर मॉडल. दिस मॉडल डिफाइन हाउ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल यूनिट इज बी स्ट्रक्चर्ड. मतलब बनी कैसे हुई है, सिंपल सी बात है यार. in short, if I says it is a visual representation. बाउंड्रीज क्या है, फॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप्स क्या है, कौन किसको रिपोर्ट करेगा, इंटरफेसेस क्या है. लेट्स सी सम काइंड ऑफ अ डायग्राम. देखो ये है. दैट इज आई लाइक इट नाउ बिकॉज डायग्राम से हमारा आधा डिस्कशन खत्म हो जाता है. नाउ दिस सेज देयर आर 2 or 3 टाइप्स ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर्स, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मॉडल्स, फंक्शनल एंड market oriented. What functional says here? Group staff together based on the shared skill, area of expertise, generally encourages standardization of work or the processes. If you know that approximately few years back in our companies there is a concept called कि बॉस तुम क्या हो, मैं हॉरिजॉन्टली काम करता हूँ अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, मेरा जो प्लेस है वो हॉरिजॉन्टल में है, मेरा प्रोग्रेस जो हॉरिजॉन्टल में है. बट नाउ आई एम वर्किंग एज ए वर्टिकली साइड. कि धंधा कोई भी हो, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो, टेलीकॉम हो, मेडिकल हो, हेल्थ साइंसेज हो, आई एम अ सर्विस नाउ रिसोर्स, आई कैन वर्क इन ऑल दीज एरियाज. दैट इज अ फंक्शनल पार्ट, दैट इज अ फंक्शनल ओरिएंटेड पार्ट. if tomorrow my company get a deal from the health sciences, they will reach out to me, Atul, please come and support this project because they are implementing service now. तो यहां पर हमने क्या किया, we defining the things on the functional perspective. function 1, function 2, function 3, और उसके नीचे functions के नाम लिखते हैं. But what is the market oriented? Maybe intended to serve the particular customer group. Geographical part, like this is the market. That boss Suraj will be only and only responsible for the North region, North America region. Hitesh will be responsible only and for the Japanese region. Atul is responsible only and only for the Australia and the Singapore region. और उसके नीचे departments can be same. Nowadays this concept is no longer exist. Every company is saying you need to work in a vertical manner. कि आपका वर्टिकल बढ़ना चाहिए. आप चाहे आपका डोमेन जावा का है ना, Java can be used in the telecom, Java can be used in the finance, Java can be used in medical. Now you can do that part. That is the functional things, or the matrix model. Another one of the things we can say जो हमारे यहाँ पे काम करता है. Area 1, Area 2, line manager हो गया, उसके नीचे project manager हो गया, employees होंगे, all the things will be there. The point is that why this will be required to be understand here, because also one thing remember, when we are discussing these techniques, it doesn't mean that I am only and only working as a BA for a specific product only. When we say I am a BA, I am talking about the any work which a BA do. हो सकता है कि मैं एक प्रोडक्ट के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ, हो सकता है मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ, हो सकता है मैं एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ पूरे. मेरी रिपोर्टिंग CEOs को होती है डायरेक्टली. And my responsibility is that to make a major changes in the organization level. Training departments change करने हैं, medical departments change करने हैं, और structure change करने हैं. तो मेरे लिए होता है कि वहाँ पे मेरे लिए concept modeling काम ना करे, लेकिन organization modeling काम करेगा. हो सकता है मेरे लिए वहाँ पे flow diagrams काम ना करे, लेकिन मेरे लिए ये structures या other बाकी चीजें काम करेंगे. तो it depends कि which technique is suiting you in which area. If I speak from my experience perspective, मेरे लिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मॉडलिंग एप्लीकेबल ही नहीं है। भाई मुझे सर्विस नोड डेवलप करना है, उसमें मैं सीईओ को लाके क्या करूंगा, ये सीटीएस को लाके क्या करूंगा, राइट? बट इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट ऑन द ब्रॉडर साइड। फिर हमारे पास ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चार्ट्स हो जाते हैं, यूनिट्स होती है, पीपल, टर्म, डिपार्टमेंट, रोल एंड पीपल भी डिवाइड, कि भाई इसको कौन लीड कर रहा है, इसको कौन लीड कर रहे हैं, एंड एट लास्ट इन्फ्लुएंसर्स, that who can lead this particular domain, who can lead this particular area as an influencer. ठीक है, ज्यादा I don't want to go in the depth because these are the common things which we know, and maybe very rare either you or me use this in our experience. Maybe it will take another 5 or 7 years to reach to this level where I can actually use these modeling techniques. Benefit is good, स्ट्रक्चर समझ में आता है। नॉन बेनिफिट क्या है कि आफ्टर सम टाइम इट बिकम आउटडेटेड बिकॉज द थिंग्स विच वर्क गोइंग ऑन द ग्राउंड लेवल इज नॉट मैचिंग विद द पेपर वर्क। तो ये इसका ड्रॉबैक भी होता है कई बार। आज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर लॉन्च हुआ, आफ्टर 2 months मे बी ऑन द ग्राउंड लेवल समथिंग एल्स इज हैपनिंग, बट इन द पेपर इट्स सेइंग दिस पॉइंट। ओके, क्लियर हो गया यहाँ तक? कोई डाउट? बोलो भाई, शाबाश। Good.
No, all fine.
Good. Now let's close it here only, क्योंकि we just left with the 4 techniques now. Okay, and let me take a quickly attendance here. So just drop मत करना जरा 2 मिनट. Okay, I'm just stopping the recording now.